Hello everybody, welcome back to Subarashiki Hibi. Today we're going to be beginning Jabberwocky. We're going to be beginning chapter 5 and I think it's Jabberwocky I, but I don't fully know. I swear I've heard the fact that there are two. And for some reason chapter 6 is kind of like an intermission chapter. I don't think it's actually called Jabberwocky. I don't know what it's called. I don't want to know what it's called because it's probably going to be a little bit of a spoiler. So yeah, I don't know. But Jabberwocky though, what a fucking weird name for a chapter. I don't think I've ever played a visual novel chapter with such a strange name, if I'm going to be honest. I think probably the strangest visual novel chapter that I've played before this is, there's a console arc in Higurashi called Tarai Mawashi, and that quite literally translates to passing the basin around. I mean, I don't think you could find a story with a more unusual name than that. It looks like I'm definitely wrong in thinking that, though. You can. It's Jabberwocky. But before I begin, I want to show you this. This is a site that shows the lyrics of the final ending song of Looking Glass Insects, Shumatsu no Bisho. And yeah, I've been able to reinterpret this a lot thanks to not only people in my comment section, but also just in general. Well, just this image. So this image, I had a really good move yesterday of realising that this cat is the one that indulges and it feasts on the suffering of others. This cat, ironically, is holding a... just wait for it. This is a Zakuro. Or at least it would make sense if it was. A Zakuro is a pomegranate in Japanese. I can't believe it. So it's really funny. Higurashi spoiler, by the way. Chapter 5 spoiler. Actually, it might be a chapter 3 spoiler. Whatever, it's just a spoiler in general. But I remember, I think it was when Tamae was murdered by Satoshi, and, you know, her head was described to be like a pomegranate. So I always have good imagery when it comes to pomegranates of very bloody people, and it really fits here, ironically, because obviously her head would be like that after the suicide. But yeah, this is a Zakuro, and this cat here, it's as if the Zakuro is the cat's toy. Can do whatever they want. This cat obviously represents Megu and Satoko and any other horrible people that they know, let's be honest here. Well, I mean, okay, it does represent the people that they know, but I think it mainly represents Megu and Satoko, because obviously people like Tsubasa, I don't think they would have done what they did to Zakuro if it wasn't for Akasaka and Kitami. No way. Yeah, the Echo. Yeah, look at that. Echo. Yeah, so she was a toy. And funnily enough, she has been rusted because of the fact that, if anything, she's become so deluded that you can't play with this toy, because if you do, you're bound to get in trouble, because obviously, where's the source of these delusions? Isn't it funny that when Zakuro started to completely lose it, they backed down because they could have got in trouble? Yeah, I like this detail. Yeah. That's unusual. Yeah, Vanishing Guild, that makes sense. Yeah, it is interesting, that, though. I suppose this could kind of have relevance if you think of the girl's toy as the doll that Kimika made for Zakuro. This is a very unusual line, though. I'm finding it a bit difficult just to instinctively think about what this would be. It's one that I've got to think about a bit more. So, burst open pomegranates, how would they be like accelerating memories? That's such an odd analogy. What, is it because they just travel so fast that the memories... Okay, let's think about the traumatic event of Zakuro. Maybe it's that the intensity and the guilt of it travels so fast that it causes her mind to shatter, like a burst open pomegranate. I don't really know, though. I think this is, I mean, a little bit of a beautiful interpretation of something that is absolutely disgusting, but yeah, you get what I mean. This is similar to what genuinely is there, just put in a more appealing light. Oh, I like that. These lyrics are great, by the way, can I just mention? Yes, even though it's completely delusional, you are. You are. It is sparkling. Ironically, the sun's also red when Zakudou kills herself. Oh, I like this, yeah. Yeah, no. So, Zakudou's entire thoughts are completely dependent. Well, not really dependent, but they completely revolve around the choices that the black cat has made. Yeah. The black cat that feasts on her suffering. Corpse is turning into angel. Oh god, yep. Ironic that. Oh, but then again, I mean, it's interesting. Corpses can't literally turn into angels. If anything, isn't it ironic that there are a lot of things in Subarashiki Hibi Chapter 4, True Ending, that are really, really opposite. Zakudou kills herself for a happy world, for example, and everybody to be happy. Yeah. Look at what happens with Takuji and his Kyuseishu-sama stuff. I mean, yeah. People die. Hundreds of people die. And then the people who know those hundreds of people all experience misfortune. All because of Zakudou's death and one deluded madman who is very capable of stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, this is kind of similar here, because a corpse, in its literal sense, is disgusting and revolting and is just going down to decomposition. It has no life inside it, and yet, at the same time, it's saying that metaphorically it's going to just somehow transcend that and it's going to be completely different. No way. Yeah, it's interesting, this. It really is. That was fun. I spent 7 minutes doing that. Right, I think it's definitely time to begin. Well, no, it isn't. I need to move my other keyboard. You know, I have 2 keyboards. I'm fucking insane. I don't know why. Oh my fucking god. No, I do not want to play It's My Own Invention. I really just did that. It's one of the times where I Alt-Tab and then instead of doing the logical solution, which is Alt-Tabbing back, I click my mouse to get back onto the game window. Why? Anyway, can I just mention how cool Tsukasa looks with this red colour? Well, I don't know, hue shift? Colour grading? I don't know what the terminology for it is, but she looks fucking badass. I wonder about Kagami as well, what she's going to look like. Oh, I like it. I really do. Right, what the fuck is going to happen here? This is always exciting, the opening of the chapter. What? Is this going to be the work of literature that this chapter is really, really going to have significant theming on, I wonder? Okay. I love it. So, we've not even read a single bit of it, and yet it's already turning very, very weirdly. I've just got to check something. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, love. I really should have prepared this better. Okay, actually, let me just sort this out. Right, there we are. Let's think about what the fuck this is. Twas brillig. And the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves. And the moan rafts outgrabe. Are these even words? I mean, maybe it's Old English or some sort of dialect of English? I don't know. I mean, how can I be a native speaker and yet at the same time I've heard of none of these words? Wait, does it brillig? Is that an actual word? Oh, shit. Oh, I see. Look at this. This is relevant. And also, what's relevant? That means there's I think there's an indication that this chapter is going to be widely based on Zakudou. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe someone else who likes Lewis Carroll works. So this is a word that is specific to the literature of Jabberwocky. Beware the Jabberwock, my son. The jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jub bird and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. Who the hell is Bandersnatch? I don't know if it's a bad idea that I'm not going into this with knowledge of this plot. I've not read it. To be honest, I only really read visual novels. I haven't read much aside from that, which is a bit of a shame. So whatever the Jabberwock is, it's a very, very deadly enemy, it seems. He took his vorpal sword in hand. Long time the man's own foe he sought. So he rested by the tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. That's actually really interesting to think about the fact that I suppose the Jabberwocky is the Jabberwock even, not the Jabberwocky. I don't know why that difference in title was present, but at the same time he's taking his sword and rather than instantly going into battle, he's standing under a tree. Well, no, he's resting by a tree, if anything. And he's standing in thought rather than going into battle. I wonder if, is that something true? Or is that just me being misinterpreting it? I don't know. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2. And through the... Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. And through, the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead. And with its head, he went, oh god, he went gallumping back. Yeah, okay, never mind about that then. I thought there was going to be some sort of, oh, I don't know, serenity in the face of death, but no, it definitely doesn't look like that. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, Calloo, Calais. This is some sort of really weird distant society, maybe in a parallel universe or something like that, or maybe just in a fairy tale setting, and the language is so different. He chortled in his joy. All mimsy where the borrow grows, and the mome raffs out grabe. 'Twas brillig, and the slilly tobes did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borrow groves, and the mom raffs out grabe. Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. Oh, okay, so it actually quotes it, yeah. So I'm assuming that this dialogue is, we're going to be able to have meaning that we can attribute to it. Like, for example, Chapter 1. I mean, just reread Chapter 1's beginning after Looking Glass Insects and holy fuck, it changed. It really, really changes. My perception of Yuki is really, really changing as well. Not Tomosane, I mean Minakami Yuki. It really, really is changing. Maybe this story is going to be a victory. But what is a victory in Subarashiki Hibi? What is it? Is Mr. Q Seishu-sama? I really said Mr. Q Seishu-sama. But you get what I mean. Is Takuji going to go mental? Or is Zakuro going to be able to find happiness again? Who knows? Or maybe Takuji's going to be killed by Yuki? Who knows? It is interesting that Takuji's theme is playing here, by the way. So oddly written. wonder what's going to be significant about that. The mysterious monster called the Jabberwock. It is a nameless man who defeats the monster. Why did that nameless man feel compelled to slay the Jabberwock? Nonsense verse. What the fuck is... It was a poem written by Lewis Carroll in nonsense verse. The greatest nonsense poem is told as a parody of an epic. Also, an epic poem is a poem where there's a story and a key sequence of events that happens. Wait, so what is nonsense verse? Oh, right, I see. So, poems that often don't make sense and they use made-up words mixed with real words. That's reasonable. Defies definition. Recognised as pure nonsense. So whatever this is, even though it's written in nonsense verse, it's something that is significant and serious and... Well, yeah, it's good enough of a story and it's serious enough to be taken seriously. I mean, if something's written nonsensically, why should it be taken seriously? But then again, I think what I said about the potential different languages and different regions and strengthening the feel of a different place, maybe that's what he was trying to go for. It is a mystery. It is a... I see why it's a parody of an epic poem. A mysterious monster. A nameless hero. A nameless hero, interesting. Many words that never existed before. A parody of an epic. It's just like my own existence. Oh fuck, who's... Right, what... Okay, guesses. Right, let's guess. Oh my god, it could be anybody though. Ayana. That's my guess. Oh, I don't know if Ayana would go through the city. I walked through the city as the sun began to set. Who is it though? A city bathed in evening sunlight. Why is there white at the top right corner? What is that? The sky took on shades of orange and yellow. Oh yeah, I can see that, yeah. And buildings were dyed a dark purple. What is that at the top right? I know we've seen this image before, I just want a reminder. The time when the world sinks into darkness, when the lights come on. The lights in people's lives come on. Oh, I knew it. The second I saw that, I thought that was going to be Tomosane. I don't know why. I just thought we see the master. I don't think it could have been Takuji. Oh my fucking god, this is going to be interesting. Oh, you're ready today? You seem like Tomosane, right?
Hi, Tomosane です。あとどうでもいいですけど早くないですよ。もう6時半過ぎてますし。
Right, let's see how he talks. I am under the belief that Tomosane isn't actually a bad person and he is just severely and badly affected by Takuji, so that's why he uses everything he can do to get his back on him. And I think there's something relating him and Hasaki, which I don't fully get, but maybe we'll learn. No, not maybe, definitely. Yes, I'm Tomosane. Also, it doesn't really matter, but I'm not early at all. It's already after 6:30. Oh, you really are Tomo-chan.
それやめてもらえません。Tomosane って呼んでください。それかYukiか。
Would you stop that? Call me Tomosane or Yuki.
そろそろ7時なのね。もうだいぶ日が長くなったわね。まだ全然明るいわ。
It's getting close to 7. The days really have gotten long. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. It's still light outside. Huh? Ignoring me, huh? I even came to see him. Does he have a grudge or what?
7月2日ですからね。でもこれから日も短くなっていきますよ。
Fair. It's the 2nd of July after all. The days will just keep getting shorter from now on. 2nd
そうな
of
の？
July, interesting. Hang on a second, why doesn't this guy know? He looks like such a baby in this... well, he looks like such a baby. Look at these muscles, though. I don't really think a baby could have muscles like that. This guy's very, very weird. Really?
6月下旬が一番日が長いんですよ。7月に入ればどんどん短くなっていきます。だいたい夏至って6月下旬頃じゃないですか。
Days are longest at the end of June. Yeah. Yeah, reasonable. Once you get into July, the days start getting shorter. The summer solstice is in June, you know?
そうなんだ。気分的には7月とか8月の方が日が長く感じるけどね。
If I'm going to be honest, I don't really know. He does have a point. You're right. Still, don't the days feel longer in July and August? Let's just see what this... I do find it really interesting. So, now if we think about Yuki, we think about the Jabberwock, and I think that's Takuji. Just someone who has done something severely awful to his life. Isn't it funny to think about the fact that the impression that we have seen of Yuki beforehand is of a lowlife who is a fucking horrible person? He doesn't show... I mean, obviously, he doesn't really show the most... He doesn't really give me the impression of someone who is the most pleased with this person, but at the same time, he doesn't really seem like a complete lowlife. He doesn't talk like one, he doesn't act like one. And if anything, why would a lowlife get a bit sad about the fact that this person doesn't really remember him? I don't know. Isn't that interesting, the meaninglessness of this, by the way, can I just mention? A nameless man, and not a poem that's written not to honour this man, but to, if anything, make a mockery out of him. That's interesting. I wonder why. I like that, yeah. And I suppose that definitely makes sense when you put it to a night bar, because, well, apparently this is a gay bar. I don't really know. I've never been to one. I mean, it definitely looks like a bar. Look at how many alcohol pieces they have there. Maybe they haven't seen each other for a long time, and that's why, even though he forgets who Yuki is, he says that. He says the affectionate nickname.
でも8月中旬ぐらいと夏至時期だと日の出ている時間に1時間ぐらい差があるんですよ。
But the days are almost an entire hour shorter in August compared to the summer solstice. That's interesting. I didn't actually know this, if I'm going to be honest.
マジでそんな差があるの？なんでそうなる？どう考えても6月の方が日が短いような気がするけど。
Just depends on what you do in June, to be fair. Seriously, is that much of a difference? Why is that? It feels like the days have to be shorter in June.
さあ、詳しいことはよくわかりませんが、多分6月の方が早く暗くなるように感じるのは単に雲が厚いからだと思います。
Well, I don't know the details, but I think it feels like it gets darker earlier in June because the clouds are thicker.
雲が厚い？ああ、なるほど。天気が悪いから日の入りが早く感じるのね。
The clouds? Oh, so the weather makes it feels like the days are shorter.
多分そうでしょう。この街の6月の空は天気な時ですら霞がかったような微妙な明るさの中にありますからね。
I mean, we have a really, really short amount of precipitation that goes on. I mean, my god. Most of the time in June, I mean, obviously there are a few clouds because if there were a really, really short, a really, really small amount of clouds, we would be in a way hotter country. But my god, so many Junes just have no clouds that are visible in the sky. But obviously. Well, I suppose it depends on the angle in which we face the sun as well. So even if we had no clouds, I do wonder like what the maximum temperature we could possibly get would be. Just with the angle that the UK is facing the sun at, really. Probably. During June, this city has clouds covering the sky, even in the best of weather. So it never really gets all that bright. Yeah, that's lucky. That's lucky. I don't like bright weather. I fucking hate summer. Worst season. I hate it with a passion, if I'm going to be honest. My worst. I dread summer every year so much. The June sky is always dark. A person would know well that if they had nothing to do besides... Oh, a person would know that well if they had nothing to do besides look at the sky all day. You could even start to think there's no such thing as a blue sky in June. That's so lucky. Yeah. Actually, there's a saying about May skies being the finest of all, and that was in the old calendar. It would actually be June in the modern calendar. And the cliched May showers are the same. The phrase May sky isn't just referring to good weather. Yeah, that's interesting. I've got to learn about Japan's geography, if I'm going to be honest. I haven't really looked into it much. I just know they have a rainy season. I don't know much about what causes the rainy season and why countries like Japan have rainy seasons and yet, for example, I don't know, UK doesn't. What's different and what causes it? I will look into that because it seems interesting. The phrase actually refers to the rarity of a blue sky in the rainy season of June. Yeah. That's how precious a clear sky in June is. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh shit, it's Yuki, isn't it? Now that I think of it, I knew a dumb girl who liked the June sky. It's Yuki, bet you anything. Oh my god. Isn't that interesting? Oh my god. These guys knew what they were doing. We just put the most relaxing and beautiful whilst I've probably ever heard in a visual novel. With rain sound effects, I mean, my god. I think these people just knew the mood that this song encapsulates in the audience, and they just wanted to emphasise it as much as possible. Also, Subarashiki Hibi being set in a place that is, sorry, in a month that is not July here, by the way, it's weird. I mean, I get this is showing the past. Well, then again, I mean, that applies to every past flashback then. But still, I don't know, it just feels weird. Reading Subarashiki Hibi and yet at the same time not reading a part that's in July. It is interesting. I do wonder if this is going to be used to analyze human emotions and maybe human desires. I don't know. So I just want to get some context dump that I really need. Yeah, this is a line we see a lot. But anyway, I want to see right, difference between Japan and old and new calendar. I don't know this. $604, fucking hell. "24 seasons. Hidden stars in 24 seasons. That's interesting. Oh yeah, this reminds me of Sakoku. It does kind of fit, that being the ending of Sakoku. The ending of Japan's isolation, because I don't know much about it. I still want to research more into that. I think it's because of America practically forcing them to have a say in their country and how it flows. I can't remember though. Oh yeah, here we are. This might be relevant. Oh, that's interesting. So, God, so this calendar with only 11-day difference completely changes the entire thing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'll just finish reading this and then I'll stop. Same place as always. That idiot is always here. She said it was because this place is closest to the sky. What is it with Subarashiki characters and having a real fascination with the sky? It could either be used as a means of suicide, it could be used as a means of, i.e. Zakuro, or just in general a means of explaining delusions, i.e. Takuji, or just Yuki, just for pure beauty alone. I don't blame her. I really don't blame her. Must be so nice to just be able to look at the sky and just be fully alone and, oh my god, it just have no thoughts of obligation, no people around you. It must be amazing, just depending on where you are. It must be properly relaxing. She said it was because this place is closest to the sky. It's kind of ridiculous to say the roof of an apartment store is the closest place to the sky. It is. I don't disagree whatsoever, but then again, I mean, I disagree, because if you take Takuji's... No, wait, is it Takuji or Zakudo's? It's the analogy that's made in their date when they go rowing. But the analogy where the sky is... It envelops us, but at the same time it's also above us in reaches that we will never be able to go to. So if a place is directly exposed to the sky, it is... Well, I suppose you are surrounded by exposure to the sky. It's the most exposed. That's why I think she says it. After all, even the apartment building on the other side of the street is bigger. I didn't realise that. Oh my god, that's hilarious. But then again, I mean, it just depends on where you feel peace.
雨降ってるだろう。なんで屋上いるんだよ。
I can't tell if he sounds pissed off and if he sounds like an asshole, or if he sounds like a genuine friend. I don't know. I mean, when he says idiot, I can't tell if it's because he's detesting her, or if it's because he's just saying that sort of colloquially. It's raining, you know. Why are you up here on the roof?
雨いいじゃん。私大好きだよ。
Huh? The rain's nice. I like it. Yeah, I don't blame her, to be honest. This is just another really, really beautiful picture I get of just in general escapism in Subarashiki. That is one of my favourite. I think out of every visual novel I've read, this visual novel, oh my god, no other visual novel compares with the theme of escapism to Subarashiki. It's properly beautiful in every single aspect.
だからって。こんな場所いたら濡れて風邪ひく。
Doesn't care. It's escapism. You don't have to be bound by any chains here. It's not an excuse. You're going to catch a cold up here.
友実は嫌いなの？雨とか。
Do you hate the rain?
おお、好きな奴がいるという事実を知って今驚愕しているくらいだ。こんな陰鬱な空が好きとか信じられない。
Yeah, I'm in shock right now since I heard someone just say that they actually liked it. I don't blame him, yeah. I can't believe anyone would actually want to look at such a dreary sky.
陰鬱な空か。そんな言い方もあるんだ。
A dreary sky, huh? I guess you could call it that.
6月の空なんて陰鬱だろう。
Yeah. I like the May sky phrase, even though it applies to a June sky, but you get what I mean. Especially just because of the extent of how much is raining here. The June sky is always
そ
dreary.
うかね。私はさつきの空好きだよ。
Oh really? I actually like the May sky though.
さつきね。旧暦で言えば少しは風情も感じるが、それでも陰鬱であることは変わらない。
So I do wonder if this Yuki hangs out with not only Tomosane but Takuji as well. I really do wonder. It is odd how in Down the Rabbit Hole 2 we never saw Yuki and Tomosane interact. Oh, it's really odd actually, I don't get that. May, huh? I guess it's sort of poetic if you use the old calendar, but that doesn't change the fact that it's dreary. Ah, but then again, I mean, making beauty out of bad
だって
situations.
さ、6月の空はこの街に覆いかぶさるものを隠してくれるからさ。
But you know, the June sky hides that which hangs overhead.
覆いかぶさるものを隠す。何言ってるんだ。覆いかぶさってるのはこの陰鬱な雲だろ。
Isn't it interesting how Tomosane has a very negative viewpoint, refusing to see any of the beauty, whereas Yuki is a total contrast? It sounds like her, it really does. Hangs overhead? What are you talking about? These dreary clouds are all that's hanging overhead. Yeah, but they're
主
concealing...
観の相違。私にはさ、このアホみたいにどこまで続くかわからない青空こそ陰鬱そのものなんだな。
It's a matter of perspective. To me, it's the ridiculously huge blue sky extending into infinity that seems dreary. Yeah, rather than what is being concealed. So, Tomosane thinks the sky concealing infinity is dreary, but Yuki thinks infinity itself is dreary.
アホみたいにどこまでも続く空が嫌いか。詩人気取りの中二病か？
I like that. A ridiculously huge sky, huh? You're like a poet but with childish delusions.
何でもかんでもそうやって中二病とか言ってるとバカみたいだよ、ともさね。
You sound stupid when you throw around the phrase childish delusions all the time like that, Tomosane. What?
てめえがよく言うことだろ、俺に。
You're the one who's always saying it to me.
まあいいじゃん。例えばさ、想像してごらんよ。私たちの上に覆いかぶさる無限の青空が隠れるだけでどれだけ気が楽になるかさ。
That's not important. Try picturing this. Just imagine how much easier life would be if we could hide away that endless sky lurking above our heads.
別に普通に曇り空の方が陰鬱だ。
I don't see it. The cloudy sky is a lot drearier.
そういうお前も想像してみろよ。洗濯物が生乾きで困っている刃先のことを。
Oh, that's weird. Why don't you try picturing this instead? Hasaki could have just washed some clothes and can't put them out to dry.
6月、洗濯物から夏コの匂いがするよね。
oh my god. I like that. June. Dirty clothes smell like summer comiket. Well, at least. I swear Toho's always released in the August ones. I don't know. I mean. No, I swear they are. I don't know. It doesn't matter, but like. I love this.
は？
生乾きってさ、たまにクーラーとかからもするよね。なんかクーラーの中に小さなコックマックとか開催されてるんじゃないかと思うよ。
Sometimes the air conditioner smells like it too. Right. Air conditioner smelling like dirty clothes. That must be absolutely awful. I wonder if they're holding an itty bitty comiket in my air conditioner. I love that.
なんだそのコミックなんとかって。
What's that comiket thing that you're talking about?
知らない？日本中の特殊な趣味の特殊な体型の特殊なメガネの特殊なお兄さんたちが特殊な喋り方でハーハーしているサバトみたいなやつ。
Oh my god. Firstly, how fucking fast can Yuki speak? But secondly, Jesus Christ. Don't try and piss off all of your fan base. Skaggy, why are you doing this? You haven't heard of it? It's when all the funny looking people with funny hobbies and funny glasses get together to talk to each other in their nasally voices and laugh it up. Kinda like Sabbath.
知らん。というかなんだよサバトって。まあ漫画のお祭りみたいなもんなんだろう。
I don't know about any of that. And what's Sabbath? He's not an anime fan. Death to him. Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, it must be some kind of manga festival, right?
そうそう。やつがよく行くみたいなんだよ。
Hey.
そんでたまに会場で
Oh my
私
god,
い
is
きな
it
りタッチされた
Takuji?
りして大変だよ。
Yeah, apparently he goes to those kind of events a lot. It's a real pain when he suddenly passes the baton to me out there. What does he do?
俺は経験ないな。
That's never happened to me.
そりゃ運がいいよ。あれ地獄だよ。冬寒いし、夏暑いし、臭いし。
You're lucky for that. It's hell. It's cold in the winter, hot in the summer, and it always stinks.
そうか。それは大変だな。
That must have sucked.
他人事だな。そのうちあんたがそういう目に遭うかもしれないのに。
You could at least try to sound interested. Who knows, it could end up happening to you next time.
俺がそんな場面に出くわしたら何をしでかすかわからんからそんなことにはならんだろう。その辺はよくできている。
I don't know what I would do to all those people if that happened. I'm sure it would never happen to me. I made sure of that. Oh shit.
なら私なら問題ないとの判断なのかね。
Oh wow, so you don't think it's a problem when it happens to me?
さあな。知らんが。
He's cold. He really, really is. He makes funny jokes and just a little bit brutal. Who knows? Not my problem anyway. Reasonable. This conversation really got off track. Well, that's what always happens when I talk to her. Yeah, so we've gone to talking about the sky, to talking about Comiket and how she was dragged to one. Interesting that we're not seeing Yuki's name here. It's as if even though we've heard the character a billion times, we don't know the name of her. But even though we're given the name for someone as insignificant of a character as Master, we're not given the name for one of the main characters in the entire visual novel. That's so weird. Is that just a representation of how different she is? I find that interesting. Okay, so what I'm thinking about the with the contrast of the sky and the fact that Yuki feels as if the sky that is within infinity is the thing that is really, really overwhelming, and the thing that is so high that you can't help but feel unease. And yeah, I think that's just because of the fact that she is scared of what she can't see, whereas Yuki maybe because of the fact that he has a worse life. Sorry, Tomosane, let's just say, to avoid confusion. The reason he feels everything, he feels the life that he can see and the life that he can reach and the life that's all around him, and the life that's lower down is the thing that's something that should be fearful of. I mean, we've already seen how he has meaningless as a theme of his personality, and the fact that he has meaningless, he has a lack of confidence, he has a lack of significance, he feels, i.e., you know, thinking, using the Jabberwocky related stuff to analyse his true stories and just to coat everything in nonsense and meaninglessness. That's what I think could be going on. I don't know though. Yeah, but this is the really weird thing about Hasaki. I mean, it's as if she has a direct role and a direct influence on everything that goes on within Yuki's life. Weird. I can't read with these headphones. Right. Okay. Right, there we are. No. Oh my god, this is so irritating. I just can't fucking... Oh. Right. Let's just try and focus. Okay. Anyway, this is interesting, so let's just try. Yeah, the sky which hides that which hangs overhead. The sky that hides what is... I don't know, maybe it's the sky that masks the truth of the world, and the sky that makes it so that whatever has objectively happened is forgotten about, overshadowed, maybe? I don't know. It is really interesting to think about the fact that it's as if maybe this could be saying how much easier would life be if we could hide what we couldn't see, and if life was only what we perceived it to be, maybe. I don't know, it's a really weird analogy. I just wonder what it's trying to tell us. Why would something like this be easier?
6月、洗濯物から夏コの匂いがするよね。
I don't really understand what Yuki means by when he suddenly passes the baton to me out there. I wonder if it's just when he passes all the responsibility on to me? What, as if they live together or something ridiculous like that? I don't know. I don't understand that. Out there, though, that means she's gone to the event as well. Hands all of the responsibility to her. He can have fun, where Yuki, she has to do all the work in some sort of aspect. We don't know much about their relationship. Anything. I like that. I made sure of that. I don't like that. This conversation really got off track. Well, that's always what happens when I talk to her. Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, it was just a reference to... yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, it was just a reference, and obviously everything about the weather, and then him thinking of Yuki as a result. This conversation really got off track. Well, that's what always happens when I talk to her. Fair. Yeah, that's interesting. And I remember the bar manager saying, "Hello, you..." Oh no, it's Takuji. Yeah, he works here, I'd assume. I unlocked the piano and put my hands on the keys. The sound of the keys. Did it get tuned? It was done really well.
Piano. どう？今日の昼間調律終わったんだけど。
Oh, nice. How's the piano? It got tuned this afternoon.
さあ
Dunno.
そうじゃないでしょう。あんたが訪れて気持ち悪いって言ってたんでしょうが。
I love that he's just totally trying to piss this guy off as much as possible. You should. You're the one who said it sounded nasty because it was out of tune.
ならいいんじゃ。別に気持ち悪くありませんから。
Why doesn't he just honestly say what he's thinking? Then it's fine. It doesn't sound nasty right now.
何それ。
What's that?
多分それ言ったの俺じゃなくてユキですよ。
It was probably Yuki who said that, not me.
あら、そうだっけ？
Wait, hang on a second. So you're telling me the gay bar person knows Yuki as well? How does this explain episode 1? Because I thought this was her first time going here.
記憶ありませんから。だいたいピアノの調律なんか細かく気にするのユキでしょ。
Oh my god, thinking about it now, when we see Yuki playing the piano in chapter 1, we see it's kind of like Takuji, where he remembers all of these literary themes. Yes, at the same time, his saviour personality has never engaged with those literary themes. It's just because of the fact that another personality has engaged with them. I don't know if Yuki's very, very damaged in terms of her mental state, but maybe it could be something similar? I don't know. Her just suddenly remembering a skill after years of not playing. I don't know. I don't remember that. Plus, Yuki's normally the one who worries about small stuff like the piano's tuning. How's that small?
ああ、そうか。そういえばそんな気もした。あの子って昔からそういうことにこだわりがあったから。
Oh, I kind of had a feeling that's what it was. She's always been picky about that kind of stuff.
ユキはピアノうるさいですからね。それよりマスター、ハサキ来ましたか？
She won't shut up about the piano. Also, Master, did Hasaki come by?
ん？なんか夜にまた来るって言ってたわよ。お母さんのところ寄ってから。
So that implies that she's seeing Takuji? Is that it? She said she would come again tonight, but after she went to her mother's place.
母親。またかあいつ。
Her mother? Again? That idiot. What, is it just because of the fact that Tomosane knows about everything that's going on with her mother? I don't really understand the relationship between Tomosane and Hasaki at all. It's really odd.
まあいいや。とりあえずハサキは夜来るんですね。
Oh,
ならその前
that
に
was
帰
not what I
り
was
ます。
expecting. Interesting. That was the complete opposite of what I was expecting. What? Well, whatever. So she's coming back tonight. I'll make sure to leave before she comes.
帰りますじゃないでしょ。バイトなんだからちゃんとやんなさいよ。
Or maybe he's just teasing the master. Maybe he doesn't genuinely feel that. No, you won't. This is your job. Do it right.
こんにちは。
Oh shit. Right, Yuki. I don't really know what's going to happen with him here, but yeah, it looks like he's going to not be able to leave. Hello.
あら、
She
お
seems
か
a
え
bit
り
shocked.
なさい。
Oh, welcome back. I can't imagine being just as young as Hasaki and actually wanting to talk to somebody who seems as intimidating as this. I mean, I can understand Tomosane, but not this guy. Fucking hell. He looks like somebody who could punch you so hard that your neck would come flying off. And behead you as a result.
あら何？別に嘘ついてないわよ。今だって十分夜じゃないの。
What? I didn't lie. It's already night out, you know. The time was 6:58. The sun hadn't even set. Could you really call this night? Yeah, seriously, yeah. Yeah, reasonable. He's always going to find a way to refute your complaints. Though complaining to Master wouldn't really help much at this point. More importantly, Hasaki was in front of me.
また帰ろうとした。
You were about to leave.
ああ、そうだ。
Yeah, I was.
なんでそうなるの？
Why would you do that?
お前が来るからだ。
But I don't understand what. Explain Tomo-ni-san to me. This is the opposite of what I thought the relationship would be. What? Because I knew you were coming. She sounds genuinely offended by this as well, can I just add? In the kitchen, so she has personal relations? So much so that she can go into the kitchen. It was pretty too easy to understand her personality. She disappeared into the kitchen with a sullen look. Mamiya Hasaki. Oh, so there's nothing wrong about that, right? Mamiya Takuji's little sister. What? The fuck do you mean? What? And of course, since I share the same body with Mamiya Takuji, she's my little sister too. Physically, at least. How do you share the same body? What? There are so many ways that I can't agree with that. What? I'm so confused. What, as in, body isn't something that is literally shared, it's just the role of the people that's shared? Because obviously, Yuki acts as Hasaki's Hasaki's big brother, like Takuji would, who's in the same body. I don't know, that's weird. But only physically. Yeah, reasonable, but at the same time I don't understand this whole body thing. I've never even shared the Mamiya name, so she's nothing more than a stranger to me. So I, Tomosane Yuki Tomosane, don't like to get involved with her more than I have to.
あんまり葉咲ちゃん怒らせないでよ。
That's really unusual. This was not what I was expecting at all, to be honest. I just don't really understand why Hasaki... Oh, I don't understand. Yuki died... Let's just call him Tomosane. I can't get used to calling him Yuki. Tomosane dying in It's My Own Invention. How does that tie to this? Did their relationship change significantly? And if it did, how?
何がですか?
How so? He really is like Takuji in the sense that... Or Yuki in a way. Just in the fact that... It kind of reminds me of a disinterest in other people.
何がってさ、少しかわいそうじゃない?
Exactly, yeah. Don't you feel bad for her?
かわいそうですか.
I should feel bad for her.
そうよ。
That's right.
なら、マスターが可愛がってやってください。
Oh god, why is he so not wanting to do this though? That's so unusual. Then you could be nice to her so I don't have to.
あんたね、またそういうことを。
God, you're still spouting that crap.
だいたいね、あんまりあんたが怒らすと。
You know, if you make her too mad. Oh shit. What happened?
ほら、ああやって手元が狂って仕事になんないんだからさ。
Hang on a second, what? She's old enough to work? Dude, I thought she was like maybe 13 or 14. To be fair, you can get... Well, what's the minimum working age in Japan? Oh my god, this is so useless. I hate being... So how are these countries grouped? Oh, they're grouped by continent. Just do Control F Japan. There we are. Right, okay, so... So the minimal female working age is 15. So Hasaki is over 15. Or 15 itself. Also, something that's a little bit significant is this. But obviously this is... I mean, maybe what she's doing is light work, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know. Unusual. Hasaki is a lot older than I thought. I do wonder if Hasaki's actually a similar age. I thought she was years younger than everyone. But then again, I mean, if she was years younger, I don't really think she'd be as mature as she was when Yuki was hanging around. I do wonder how the conversation with Yuki and Hasaki in Down the Rabbit Hole 2 is going to change the more we go into this. Because the more we learn about Yuki's personality and the relationship between Hasaki and not only Tomosane, but I think Takuji as well. That's going to be the case. Yeah, look, she can't focus when she's like that. She can't even do her job when she's like that. All because of Tomosane, and yet he doesn't even feel bad whatsoever. Oh, God. Master, I'm sorry, I broke a plate.
音聞けばわかるわよ。怪我しないようにね。
Yeah, you do the right thing and you be as kind to her as possible. This guy, I mean, he can be a little bit annoying. But God, he knows when to be kind and when to act right. Which I really like about him. I really do. I heard it. Make sure you don't cut yourself. You're being such a dick. Why? I'll leave Hasaki to you. I'm leaving. But why the fuck do you have the same body as Takuji?
はあ、そろそろ仕事でしょ。
Huh? You have a job to do.
帰ります。
I'm going home.
帰るってあんたね。
You're really leaving now?
すみません。いきなり頭が痛くなりました。多分インフルエンザとかです。
Sorry, I got a headache all of a sudden. I probably have the flu. I think it's funny that they say I don't know, influenza or something like that. Influenza as flu.
マスターやハサキにウイルスが移ると大変ですし、それ以上にここは飲食店なんですから。
God. Yeah, he really seems like somebody who has the flu. He seems very, very physically unwell, and he seems like somebody who they have very, very similar qualities. Sure thing. I don't want to give it to you guys, and this store does sell food after all. What the fuck? He got behind me in an instant. Faster than I could believe.
あら、全然熱ないみたいだけど。
Wait, did he check his temperature?
それはこれから朝にかけて土地狂ったように熱が上がる予定でして。
Oh, yep. I'm sure I'll wake up with a really awful fever tomorrow morning.
なら朝まで大丈夫じゃないのかしら。
Oh my god, this is hilarious. Could you imagine if every single person who didn't want to work in their part-time job just had their manager try to as desperately convince them as much as this? Then you should be okay until tomorrow morning, don't you think?
Yeah.
How are you going to get out of this genuinely? Why do you not want to see Hasaki this much? Why do you share the same body as Takuji?
それにさ、皿割れたお題があるでしょうが。
Oh god, right, there we are. There's your opportunity to get into the logic battle of twisted and shitty logic.
それはハサキが。
Why is everything shaking like this? It feels like we're on drugs. Seriously. But Hasaki broke that.
あんたが動揺させて。
Yeah, she broke it because you upset her. Wait, is this something that's meant to happen? By the way, new save page now. It's just checking there wasn't any porn on those pages. Wait, so is this a glitch? Or is this genuinely what it's meant to be like? Oh, okay.
それ以上締めると。
Haven't you squeezed any harder, right?
あら、一度落としてから好き勝手にさせてもらおうかしら。
Okay, I mean, this guy doesn't want to work. You don't have to quite literally risk getting a criminal record for it. What the fuck? Oh, do you think you'd be more compliant if I made you faint?
マスター。Oh my god. This
I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube. Skills are beyond those of any normal martial artist. He was an instructor with the Jiu-Jitsu dojo that Mamiya's grandfather used to run. Jiu-Jitsu, I've never heard of that. He's a cigarette, so he's not really the type of person I like to hang around with. Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah, no, totally. He's even stronger than Yuki, which is insane. But there's no denying his strength. Is he going to do the work in the end, I wonder? Dude, this manager, I mean, I get that he's a nice person and everything, but I think he's just going that little bit too far. Just a bit. Don't underestimate me. If I tell you to work, then you have to work. Yeah, otherwise he's going to quite literally, oh, I don't really know, threaten to make him faint. He really is good. He's completely different from all the other people around here. He had me the second he got hold of my arms. What are you laughing about? Go get changed. I wonder what this is going to be like. Nissan.
兄さんじゃない。今は結城だ。結城智実。
I'm not your Nissan. I'm Yuki right now. Yuki Tomosane.
だから友実兄さん。
So Tomosane Nissan.
あのな、名字が違う人間を兄さんと呼ぶな、Hasaki.
So this could give a possible indication of why he hates Takuji and Suwa Takuji so much. Suwa Takuji denies the fact that Hasaki exists. I wonder if that has any correlation to it. Suwa Takuji denies the fact that Hasaki exists, so yeah, I think you could realistically say that. Yuki has the pain of having to look after this person, whereas Takuji, when he's in his sewer personality, he is somebody who is completely neglective of his duties. He even denies the fact that he has duties to begin with. So maybe that's just a show of anger from Tomosane.
何言ってるのよ。血繋がってなくてもお兄ちゃんって呼ぶじゃない。
I suppose. What are you talking about? You can call someone Oni-chan even if you're not related to them.
それに一応は血は繋がってるじゃないの。ともちゃんもはさきちゃんも。
To be honest, I actually guessed this like before when I was doing my theorizing, but I just thought it could be so ridiculous that it wasn't the case. But I don't know. But how? And besides, the two of you are related by blood, Tomo-chan.
そういうことじゃ。あと、ともちゃんはマジでやめてください。
That's not it. And really, please stop calling me Tomo-chan.
さいわね。何小さなこと気にしてるんだか。
Yeah, I find it really funny. He's worried about stupid shit like this, about how somebody refers to him, and yet at the same time, he's not even worried about his potential sister that he is not only being really awful to, but he's also abandoning. Shut up, why are you worried about junk like that?
小さなことじゃないですよ。本当に不愉快です。
Yeah, unpleasant for you. It's not junk, that's really unpleasant.
だからここも小さいんじゃないのかしら。
What the fuck is he doing? Is that why you've got nothing but junk down here?
ほらほら、こんなに小さい。
Look, just a tiny piece of junk. Right, this guy's a paedophile now. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, this is so weird. Stop, you're going to break it. Stop.
あんたが好きだらけなのが悪いのよ。日常、それすなわち武道の言葉の意味を噛み締めるのね。
It's your... It's you our fault. You are so... It's you our fault. It's your fault you're so vulnerable. You should learn the value of an hour of training every day of your life. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can imagine that. Then again, I mean, when he was training in It's My Own Invention, I mean, he was working so hard that he was quite literally pissing blood. So, I mean, he was training nearly every day. Oh, really? I guess you're just a punk who thinks it's alright to beat up amateurs. That's not...
だからそんな生意気なこと言うけど、いつまで経ってもここは子供だわよ。ねえ、はさきちゃん。
Dude, you are quite literally sexually harassing this guy. Don't bring his quote-unquote sister into it. You act tough, but you're still a child, especially down here. Right, Hasaki-chan. To be fair, he's got the Takuji build, the build that any bully can make fun of. I don't blame her at all. Hasaki just shook her head like she was saying, "Don't ask me, don't ask me." Oh my god, fair. Yeah, she had no idea what to say when Master suddenly asked her a question like that. Oh? Oh, is he going to play the piano now? Looks like it, yeah. Let's just have a little bit of a debrief. Yeah, my god, that was very weird about the relationship between Yuki and Hasaki. Maybe it's something that is perhaps really, really significant, and maybe it is a good relationship. It's just he doesn't want to put a front on to anybody. But I think the chances of that are next to zero, let's be honest here. I'm excited to see Yuki. I'm sorry, excited to see Tomosane play the piano and just see if there's anything that's, I don't know, significant about him playing. God, so he leaves when Hasaki is here though. It's so dramatic, and it's interesting to think about the fact that whatever this is, it's so bad that he feels he will go to his workplace and then he will abandon it. But the only thing is, I mean, let's just look up. So... Interesting how much he potentially hates Hasaki. How the fuck do they have the same body though? That's so weird. Oh my god, I really do wonder if he gets, well, I get that he calls Tomosane Tomo-chan, but at the same time I do wonder if he gets Tomosane and Yuki confused. Just getting it from that. Why does he want to know though? That's my question. Why is he so obsessed about understanding Hasaki's whereabouts? And isn't it interesting to think about the fact that there is a situation that Tomosane, what he is doing is he's really, really running away from it. And yet at the same time, what the master is doing is, if anything, he's kind of forcing him to confront his fears in terms of the situation, to think no matter who's there, you do your best in life, you don't let other people put you down. If anything, I bet you all of this, by the end of Jabberwocky Eye, it's going to be significant. Isn't it interesting? Yeah, Hasaki is the important thing. Yeah, it's such a... I mean, she doesn't exactly seem like somebody... She seems more upset than angry from just this, at least. She sounds exhausted, if anything. And she sounds very stressed. If I'm going to be honest, I feel like she's the type of person who... She's really, really weak. She is probably... I mean, if you just think of Takuji... Isn't that ironic? Takuji is probably the strongest person in this entire story. Actually, no. I think it's debatable. It's either Master or Takuji. And then, obviously, Hasaki is the weakest person. I don't know. To be fair, I get that Kimika says she's really, really weak. But at the same time, if she can... She has, firstly, ridiculous stamina. Because of the fact that she could... Wait, no, hang on a second. She gets tired easily, but the only thing is I'm saying that she has ridiculous stamina because of the fact that if she properly puts her mind to something, she can, I don't know, for example, be a chair for Mr. Kyuseishu-sama. A sullen look. He feels no remorse of hurting her. That's so weird. Yeah. Seriously. No, don't run away from these things that are so close to you. Oh my god. If Tomosane was a student and, I don't know, he'd forgotten to do his homework or something, I don't think he'd be very good at finding an excuse. My god. He would beat up anybody, genuinely. Isn't it interesting, this immense amount of tension between him and Hasaki? They're related by blood, though. That's very interesting. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that because of the fact that Yuki is, I mean, Tomosane is being a total arsehole here. The master's bullying him and he's then being an arsehole to him so that he can maybe realise what he's doing. Who is he beaten up though? That's my question. Yeah, I don't blame her. I played one of my favourite songs. Le Poisson Rêveur. Fish something. Oh, dream. Dreaming fish. I don't know how French verbs work. Oh, that's odd. A composition by the French composer Eric Satie. Was that the same song that Yuki played? Genuinely, I remember the Satie name. I just don't remember what was similar and what was different. Oh no, sex scenes with Kagami and Tsukasa. Best sex scenes in the entire visual novel. Wait, I said nothing. Oh my god, wait. Hakushukyo bar. Hakushukyo. What the fuck, man? Dude, you work here. Oh, that was not what I was meant to go into, but oh my god. Okay, that was a real surprise. I was meant to go into this, but I accidentally clicked out. Oh yeah, I see what I did there. Yeah, but isn't it interesting to think about the fact that even though Yuki works here, she remembers none of it and she feels it's oddly familiar. It was well... Yeah, exactly the same guy. It was well tuned, so could that imply that whatever happens in... Well, no, I suppose it implies that this event in chapter 5, the piano being tuned, because ironically Yuki wants it to be tuned, it's happened. Very unusual. God, look at this image. This looks so unusual. It really does. Composition by the French composer Eric Satie. Though I just copied it by ear, so it's a little different from the original. I like that, so he can probably practice and perfect his own twist on it. The antithesis of tonal music. Wait, so a thesis is something original, isn't it? Wait, let me just fully confirm the definition of antithesis. Oh, right, okay, so the exact opposite or difference between two things. Right, I see. Yeah. It ignores traditional harmonic progression. The score includes copious examples of unusual counterpoint and chord progression. Isn't it interesting, by the way, can I just mention that Yuki, what he's done here is he's not fully buttoned up his shirt. He doesn't really care about being smart. I wonder if that's some sort of form of protest, maybe? He feels like someone who is really fucked up. I don't know. This strange music is called furniture music. Umineko moment. In actually playing Satie's music on the piano, there are parts where I can understand what he intended the music to sound like, and other parts where I can't understand at all. But that is interesting. I mean, I suppose there were really, really unusual chord progressions and very unusual features of the music. So I suppose you play one part of the music, you understand it because of the fact that the unusual choices made, maybe they resonate with you, and maybe the other parts don't, or maybe it's simply just because of the fact that you don't fully know how to play them. Maybe that could be an issue? Music is a mysterious phenomenon. True. Yeah, that's fair. Isn't it funny that he thinks, you know, Earth is distant? It totally is, though. I see that. But it's the same place, but it's changed so much that it is distant. And it's as if it was a different land. The music my hands are playing was originally a melody in someone's head a long time ago in a distant land. It is weird, I do see what he means. Whether the composer would admit it or not, that melody was made up through an amalgamation of his thoughts, his emotions, and his life. No, and I do totally see that, and I like how what Yuki is doing, because of the fact that he's composing it by ear and he's just replaying what he has heard, it's as if he is doing this same cycle. I think there's going to be less of a personal touch because he is just repeating a melody, but at the same time, I mean, I still think that because of the fact that it's his own interpretation, there's going to be so much more of his thought process that is involved in creating the song. And now I'm reproducing one tiny part of that, no doubt an incomplete fragment. Was the original melody in his head the same as the melody in my ears now? Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, no, that is a good thought. It's just one of those thoughts that, I mean, they're fun to think about, but they will never ever give a result because you can't possibly know. How well does the sound of my own playing overlap with the melody Satu first conceived? A colourful sound. The melody paints a scene. Could this melody blend into the background music of his life? Yeah, these aimless thoughts ran through my head as my fingers struck the keys. Oh god, that's a bad habit. When I get lost in my own head, I can't see the customers. Wait, so he's meant to play the piano and face the customers at the same time? I'm playing for the customers. I'm being paid to do this. I have to focus on the music. Oh yeah, no, I see that. But still. Oh, it must be really hard to concentrate with stuff like that. I love that. Customer A. Yeah, Tomosane-kun, you're so cool. Dude, you're a man. The fuck are you? Oh yeah, this is a gay bar. I forgot about that. Wow, you're so sexy. That's so weird. The old man flirted with me and the... okay, can I just take a second to think about that? The old men flirted with me. And this guy's probably around my age. Just a bit weird. Just a tiny bit weird. Not unusual whatsoever. No way. The old man flirted with me in shrill voices. They weren't listening to the music at all. They were just making noise. That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I get that music is a reflection of somebody's soul and their heart and all of their thoughts that are going into the process. Obviously, music that is composed that people really care about, not just, I don't know, for example, music just made for profit or made for, I don't know, because they have to or something like that. Nah. Yeah, but I suppose if you simplify it, it's just noise. And noise is the same thing as what these people were saying here. So I suppose if you think about it like that, you could think of everything that is audible to be... Well, everything audible is noise, like music is. Even the most awful high-frequency sound that drives people mad. I don't know, just like one of those really, really high-frequency beeps that never ever stop. Those ones. Or the sound of supermarket refrigerators breaking. There's a horrible sound for you. Or the sound of lifts breaking. My god. It's technically music if you use that oversimplification. No, that's what Sati intended this music to be anyway, I suppose. There's a composition by Sati that's actually titled Furniture Music. Isn't it funny to think about the fact that Yuki, by the way, he tries to get out of his own thoughts, but he just can't stop. I don't blame him, I'm like this. There's a composition by Sati that's actually titled Furniture Music, after Sati's style of composition. Apparently the program for the concert where it was first played told people that they needn't listen to the music playing during the interlude. But of course, when the audience heard the player begin to perform during the interlude, they sat quietly and listened. Sati told them, please continue talking. So maybe this is exactly how Sati wanted his music to be performed. That's really unusual. This guys are really weird. Is there going to be anybody who's his age apart from Hasaki here? Tomo-kun, you're so cute. Okay, paedophile? Dude, just... These people are unreal, what the fuck? How do you know? Oh my god. I mean, I get that obviously Yuki, what he wants to do is play for the customers, but at the same time, if the customers are being this disrespectful and this out of hand towards him, he shouldn't have a right to play with them. Play for them. Huh? There's no way Sati wanted this. Yeah, no, totally reasonable. I mean, with talk, with chatter of appreciation, chatter of admiration, chatter of people listening to what they're doing. This is not people listening, they're just... I mean, if anything, I think they do genuinely think the music that he's doing is good, but at the same time, they're just really taking it out of context, and they may think the music's good, but they clearly don't have any appreciation for it. How that hurt. Oh shit, somebody's in trouble. Hit me too, Tomo-kun. God. Don't grab me, you cigarettes. How am I supposed to play? Seriously? If I'm going to be honest, I mean, I get that Yuki, he's not only a talented player, but he does have an ability to play. He definitely does, and he has the right mindset. But the only thing is, it's just the customers. They seem fucking horrible. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I get that these customers are appreciative of this music, but you really need to make jokes like that? while this guy's trying to play piano for a lot of people. It's insane. Come on, don't touch the dancer, don't touch the dancer. And you don't hit the customers.
俺は踊り子じゃない
I'm not a dancer. Well, that sounds like something that went wrong.
お疲れ。次は2時間後、10時ぐらいからよろしくね。
That must be awful, having 2-hour breaks between performances. God. Good work. Your next performance is in 2 hours. Be ready at 10.
ピアノを弾くのは構いません。だけど
Seriously, they're
他のど
awful.
もど
He
うにか
doesn't
なりませ
deserve
んか
that.
ね。マジでキモいです。
If I'm going to be honest, I'm really impressed that the master is so forgiving. I mean, he has quite literally hit these customers. And he's assaulted them. And yet he's not being fired from the workplace. It's genuinely impressive. But then again, I kind of get the impression that the master's a big believer in if you do something that's deserving of violence, you get the violence that you asked for, really. I get that impression from him. I don't mind playing the piano, but can you get rid of those cigarettes for me? They're really creepy.
あら、大事なお客様にそんなこと言ってはダメよ。
Oh shit, that's bad. Oh, now you can't say that about our best customers.
客だろうがなんだろうがキモいものはキモい。釜はキモい。
They are, yeah. I don't care if they're customers, they're nasty. All of them are nasty.
あら、そんな私まで否定すること言うと大変よ。私はのんけでも構わず食っちまうおかまなのよ。
It almost sounds like you're talking about me too when you say that. I'm one of those cigarettes that doesn't care if the person I do it with isn't gay, you know? Okay, we really needed to know that. He even sounds scared. What do you mean by that?
かわいいの舐めちゃおうかなって。
I mean, I get that you are joking, but this is really going maybe too far. Maybe I should help you out with that cute little guy between your legs. I love how audibly disgusted he sounds. Good for him.
あら、サブイボだらけ。ウブなのね。
I've got goosebumps all over. You're so innocent.
ウブとかの問題じゃない。あんたらみたいな化け物にそんなこと言われたら普通凍るわ。
It has nothing to do with innocence. Yeah, it's creepy as hell when a monster like you says that.
そうなんだ。難しい年頃なのね。舐めるか舐めないかでそんな顔色を変えるなんて。
The fuck? What is it with this name, Johnny, and sexual terms? The fuck? Because a rubber Johnny is a condom, and then this is a wiener, I'd assume. What the fuck is it with this name and sexual? That's so weird. Already, you're at such a difficult age. Just talking about your little Johnny gets you all embarrassed.
いや、年齢関係ないんで。
Yeah, it's fucking creepy. I mean, he's quite literally saying, yeah, I don't care if I have gay sex with you. Like, seriously, this is just weird.
なら何が？
Oh, I don't know. Abuse at the workplace. I'm gonna get that it's all something that... To be fair, these people are playfully doing it, but if Tomosane took this under the wrong turn, he could genuinely make a claim for abuse.
相手がおっさんだからだろう。
Because you're a nasty old man.
おっさんなんてひどすぎるわと思っちゃう。
I love his sprite. Oh my god, that's hilarious. He is crying solid. I don't know. I would like to say tears, but I think saying pieces of paper is more appropriate. I'm not an old man. That's mean, Tomo-chan. Cry about it.
どうでもいいんですけど。
Like I care.
ほら、あれ。また皿割りますよ。
Look, you're gonna make a break another plate.
あら、ごめんなさい。葉崎ちゃんには少し早いわよね。男同士で可愛い場所をとか。
Oh my god, that's hilarious. So, okay, they're too young to say it, and yet at the same time, you're literally rubbing in what they have talked about. You are ridiculous. Oh, I'm sorry. You're a bit too young to be hearing about all that, Hasaki-chan. You know, all that talk about two men. Oh my god, why? I mean... Wait, does it say kawaii basho? Wait, so it's just saying cute place, but at the same time it's translated to cute little guys, because basho is a place.
ここのね。
Okay, Yuki, this is where you step in.
やべえね。
Seriously, this guy's gonna get in serious legal trouble. Dude, he's nearly just flashed to a kid. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. I don't blame her for feeling like that.
あとな、マスター。同性で舐め合うことに早いとか遅いとかないですか。
Yeah, seriously, he's actually realistic. I get that this guy's probably pissed, but at the same time, when I say pissed, I mean drunk. But still, it's really wrong what he is talking about. He's just that little bit too laid back. That's his problem. This is funny and everything, but my god, humour like this, it has a time and a place. Oh god, I can't imagine what he's like with Yuki. Especially because Yuki is... well, let's just say... she is a smash. Yeah. It's a bit scary. It's still wrong! Oh really? But it's not all that uncommon, you know? Whoa, stop. Stop. Get your hands off my my fly. Please don't tell me. Do Americans actually call it fly?
俺はのんけでも構わず食っちまう男なんだぜ。
Dude, this guy went from someone who was kind to a paedophile. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, Hasaki, she really is going for it. Yeah, go. You can't do that, you can't do that. Not to Tomosane-san. Yeah, stop. Before he squishes your balls. What the fuck? Hasaki was always in tears as she stepped in to stop him. Yeah, you stop him, which is fine, but... yeah, find someone that's maybe, I don't know, your age! Go find someone else to do that with.
だいたい舐め飽きたのよね。
God. I've done that so much that I'm about tired of it. Right. Not my problem. Who cares? Go suck your own for all I care.
そんなに体柔らかくないわよ。
Right.
知りません。とりあえずトモ兄さんのだけは絶対に禁止です。舐めるの禁止なんだから。
Who cares? Anyway, Tomosane is off limits. Yeah, seriously, because he's a fuck. Actually, he's not a minor. if Yuki was a minor Subahibi, let's be honest, if all the characters that were in Takashi's years were minors, this VM would be illegal. These people are quite literally just 18. When I say it's illegal, it's because of the H scenes. There's some VNs that they break that barrier and, oh, what are they? Illegal. Oh, if you know, you know. Clock up. Yeah. I don't think I need to say anything more. Actually, I do, because not all clock up works are illegal. Okay, let me just say what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Fraternite. That's actually illegal, that one. Just because of what it features, I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think it is. Oh my god, I know. Hang on, that's not a thought that I would have thought someone like Yuki would have. Hasaki was on the verge of tears and rambling about terrible things. Is she alright?
でもさ、いつか誰か舐めてあげなきゃダメ
Yeah,
で
that
しょ
doesn't have to be a man. Just get Yuki to do it. Oh god, I regret saying that. But still, I mean, if he did the right, if he went about getting a relationship well, he could in theory. But yeah, I don't really know. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to. But you know, he has to find someone to give him a good blowjob eventually.
そんな心配はご無用です。そういうのは家族内で相談して解決しますから。
If I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this fan service is so deranged that it's actually kind of hard to tell what's normal and what is. Okay, no, it is. It's easy to tell what's normal and what isn't, but it's hard to tell what's worse.
その前にな、マスター。いつか誰か舐めなきゃいけないとかないからな。
More importantly, Master, it's not like I actually have to find someone to do that. No, 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 no. Please don't tell me this is a misunderstanding. Oh, so she didn't realise it. I see. Oh my god, that's awful. So, she's innocent. She really is innocent. That's significant. She's like Zakuro in a way. Hasaki finally realised what she had been rambling about the entire time. Her face went bright red and then turned terribly pale.
はさきちゃん、信号機みたい。
Hasaki-chan. Oh yeah, I like that. You're like a stoplight. Yeah, you just keep on going non-stop and then you're stopped. And then you stop.
あんたのせいだろうが。
That's your fault, you know. This is the crap I put up with every day. Hang on, he works every day? What? How? I'm utterly stunned at how stupid it is. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I get that the master is a fucking weirdo and he goes way too far, but if I'm going to be honest, I feel like all of this is just jokes, and these are the risky jokes where you do something and you know, and your joke preys on the fact that the other person is just going to stop it from developing. That's his sense of humour, it seems, and it's not very good and it's not very legal either, but yeah, looks like he's alright with it. It's not all that bad though. I shouldn't be experiencing those days, but they're not all bad. But I mustn't forget. Oh, right. My life here could crumble and disappear at any moment. My whole lifestyle is precarious. It's built upon a foundation that could collapse without what? I see that. I mean, he quite literally does drug dealing, I've heard. I mean, how? Of course your life is different. You're trying to make something genuinely of yourself, having a job, and you're trying to... I mean, I don't know whether he tries at school or not. I mean, I think it's obvious that his grades are probably awful because he skips lessons. Maybe he has a lot of intelligence, it's just he hasn't really found it yet. Like, when I say that, I mean academic intellect. I don't know, it's weird. Someday, no, soon I'll disappear. It's just how it is. That reminds me of It's My Own Invention. Interesting. So I have to be prepared for the moment when I'm cut out of the picture, when I won't be able to experience these days ever again. But why is the disappearance going to happen? What? Because I can't stay here long. I have to be ready for my own disappearance, no matter when it comes. Wait, where's this? What's this a quote for? You mustn't covet your possessions, for you may never know what could happen in the future. Oh, I see. So, yet another thing I remember hearing. I remember the Philharmonic. That just sounds familiar, Philharmonic. This is so unusual. Soon? Why soon? Why is the foundation that your life is built upon going to collapse? And then everything on that foundation will collapse as well. Weird. What is covet? Treasure or sell or what? Oh, to want to. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, interesting. So to want to have something significantly, especially something that belongs to someone else. I think what could happen is maybe Yuki is the illegitimate child of... I don't know, maybe Takuji's mum had a fling with another man and that's the result. But the only thing is I don't really understand. I mean, are Takuji and Yuki both within the same age and also within the same year? And yet at the same time they're born 9 months apart. I mean, it is possible. It just seems quite unlikely and coincidental, if anything. I mean, it is definitely possible. It's just a little bit surprising. I mean, 9 months at the earliest, by the way, can I just mention. This is really unusual. Yeah, but I do see that. Yeah. Those were the words of a genius who conducted the Leningrad Philharmonic behind the Iron Curtain. Despite his fame, he lived a very simple life, filled with nothing more than nature, music and arts. You mustn't covet your possessions. That applies not just to physical possessions, but also those of the heart. I mustn't have too much in this work. Oh, that's odd. Ooh. It looks like Yuki and Tomosane. Interesting, so we're going to see a relationship between Yuki and Tomosane develop, I'd assume. What's very unusual about that is... Hang on, I missed something. I need to just check which day it is. Completely missed that. Does the skip pause for the announcement? July the 3rd. Okay, right. July the 3rd. Why does every Subarashiki chapter start on July the 2nd? I'm being serious. We had IMOI start. Or was that? Wait, was IMOI July the 2nd or 3rd? I swear it was. Wait, let's check. Let's check. And let's just skip here. Oh, it starts on July the 2nd, right. Odd. Really, really odd. This entire story is fucking weird. If I'm going to be honest, I mean, I did enjoy beginning to get to know Yuki more. Getting to know his job, I did think that was... Some of it was good, some of it was just a bit shitty, to be honest. I don't really think fan service works. I just don't think fan service works here. This was a bad time to use fan service, if you ask me. But at the same time, I mean, I suppose it did give a little bit of a pointer just in establishing what his working life is like, really. But I can't really say. I mean, I did enjoy the fan service, I won't deny, I just don't think it fits. But I enjoyed the stuff about Yuki and the interpretations of the sky, and also, and just in general, the beginning. Also the ambiguity about Hasaki and all of the conflicts that may be arising. Also the ending, I'm going to be very interested to see what the truth behind all of that is. Weird stuff. See you guys tomorrow, where we will dive deeper into the rabbit hole.